So I want to look at a few aspects of trading. Just a minute. So just a minute. Okay. So I want to look at a few aspects of our trading approach, which I believe are very key and very important. But also, I want to look at a few aspects of our trading experience, but also in a special way. There are just a few more things that I personally believe I needed to talk about, especially right now where the market is changing its structure. I want to discuss a few things, even before I get to that the market is going to do better. And I want to back it up with some fundamental analysis, but not only fundamental analysis, and also technical analysis. Let me start from fundamental analysis. There are so many factors now that are causing the market to do well. Some I have talked about them before, and some we haven't talked about them. But I believe it is important for me to talk about them so that you can be aware of what is happening and what is expected to happen. Factor number one, it seems like the lowering of the interest rates by the Fed of the United States of America, its effect has become more significant. So the lowering down of the interest rates by 50 basis points looks to be an crucial point right now in the financial markets and in the global economy that is causing a new liquidity or new money fly or to drop in the market. That is one of the major factors. We have also seen countries like England before lower down their interest rates by more points. But the lowering down of interest rates by Russia, by China, is one of the most important factors. One of the reasons why the markets were not doing well in the previous runs was one of the falling of one of the main businesses in China. And as people who are into basic economic businesses, we should recognize that China is one of the big leading entities when it comes to financial markets. And China had one of its basic businesses, and that is the housing. Okay, the housing getting down. But recently, a few days ago, China has made major decisions that I believe are going to pump our markets extremely well. And one of the decisions China has decided, one is to print money and drop money in the market. Okay, China has decided to print money and drop money in the market. And one of the things that China has done, friends, and I want all of us to know this, China is bringing and lowering down costs on their mortgages, to improve their business of housing. But also, most importantly, China has decided to bring in over $100 billion into stocks to boost its stock market. So China is going to, for the first time, if this has not happened, China is saying that it's going to bring in some good money, over 100 billion in the market. And this really has already brought in some good raise. People were trading copper, people were trading gold. We had gold rise to over 30% yesterday. And even today, we have seen that yesterday, by the way, yesterday, for the first time, we have seen exchange traded funds raised to over $345 million in one day. Yesterday, we had an inflow of over $5 million. And so the lowering down of interest rates by the Federal Reserve of US, and at the same time, China flopping in $100 billion, which is yet to come in the market. Trust me, my friend, markets are going to do crazy, 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 crazy. Like I said before, we are going to see markets be able to produce for us amazing results. I talked about this at the start of the year, that in September, if the Federal Reserve of US lowers down interest rates, and then we get some improvement in the housing sector of China, that is even bringing in inflation. What was delaying and the global economy in the market. And like I said, whenever liquidity comes in, you'll find that we shall basically have markets doing a little bit more better. I hope I've explained reasons why markets are doing better. Okay. Now, as we finalize this class today, let me discuss a few important things that I would like everybody to know. Some have talked about them in the past, but some we needed to at least be able to look into more details about them. Let me start with insight this morning. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm just finalizing my class, then I call it a day. So anybody expecting me to spend a lot of time here, I'm not going to spend any more time. I'm just going to do a few things, then close this class. Okay. So let me first let me start with this. Okay, what is a trading strategy? Before you trade, the first question you need to ask yourself, before you trade, what is the trend of the market? What is the trend of the market? When you as a trader, when you to draw your lines. I told you it's very easy to discover the trend of the market. If a coin is on an uptrend, we draw our trend line below the candles, trend line above the candles. So even if we draw a trend line above the candles and we draw a horizontal line below the candles and then it breaks through, yes, we could understand that could change into an uptrend. But when we are in a sideway, we shall draw a trend line above the candles and below, and we shall notice that the market is moving in. So before you trade, what is the trend of the market? That's the first question. Is this coin in a sideway? Is this coin on a sideway? Is this coin? So if it is in a sideway, what are you supposed to do? So let us start from here. So there are three trends, and I believe everybody knows that. But this is not bringing out what I want. So let me change the approach. I wanted a shortcut. But it is not giving me the best thing I want. So let me change my approach a little bit. Just a minute. Just a minute. Huh? Mm-hmm. Just a minute, friends. Just 1 minute. Just a minute. Uh, just a minute. Sort out something small here. Okay. All right. I hope everything is now fine. So let's look. Yeah. Okay, this is what I was trying to say. Okay, this is what I was trying to say. Uh, you want to trade the trade strategy. So we start from here. So before you trade, before before you pick, before you trade, before you pick a coin and say, I want to trade. Number one, what is the trend of the market? What is the trend? When I talk about a trend, do you understand me? Give me a yes in the chat if you do. When I talk about a trend, do you understand me? Give me a yes in the chat if you do. When I say a trend, do you understand me? Because you see, I don't want to deal with a wrong audience. So before you trade, the first question, and this question is very, very important. Very, very important. So what is the trend of the market? What is the trend of the market? Now, we expect three trends. Trend number one, we have what we call the sideway market. Sideway, or we can have bullish, or we can have bearish. So in a bullish trend, simple. In a bullish trend, simple. The market will form higher highs and higher lows. In a bearish trend, the market will form lower lows and lower highs. I'm going to show you an indicator for that. In a sideway, it will be a mixture of higher highs, lower lows, lower. So it will be a mixture. That is simple. Now, if it is bearish, what should you do? If it is bearish, when you draw, if it is bearish, if it is bearish, when you draw your lines, maybe your support, maybe your resistance, you draw your lines. You draw your lines, let me say like this. If it is bullish, if it is sideways, and you draw your support and your resistance, if it is also bullish and you draw your support and your resistance on the sideway, and the market is praying like this, and you want to trade, which it depends on which direction you want to trade. Wait for a breakout. Wait for the market to break out. If you are trading a move to the upside, if you are trading a move to the downside, wait for a breakout here. Okay? Then trade. If the market is bearish, when you draw, your support and your resistance, and the market is bearish. You understand the market is going down. The market is making moves to the downside. Look at this. Even this side, the market is making moves to the upside. Maybe. There are very important points you need to ask yourself. And these points are key. They are very important. That if this coin is bullish, is it trying to respect or making breakthroughs here at the resistance, or is it getting supported? Even this side on bearish, you need to ask yourself. And this is where the most important point is. Although the coin is bearish, is the price going to resistance in bearish? Is the price going to resistance? Because if it is heading to this area support, you expect that it will break through like this. So if it's support, then you know that it's very easy for the market to continue to the downside. And if you want to make profit, you need to ask yourself, is the price heading to the resistance? Then trade. If no, run away. Because if it is heading to the support, you know very well that the coin will go against you. If the coin is bullish, go to our time frame, like 5 minutes, like 15 minutes. If the coin is bullish, then ask yourself, in a lower time frame, is the coin at the support? I'm going to repeat this. In a lower time frame, is this coin at a support? Why at the support? Because you know when you enter the support, you get out at a what? At resistance. You should never get scared about markets and say, but the coins are just going up. As they go up, they do the following. If this was, they form a higher high, then they form a higher low. They continue, they form a higher high, then they form a higher low. They continue, they form a higher high, then they form a higher low. So when you are drawing your line like this is a support. Give me one in the chart. And when you draw your diagonal line like this is a resistance. So the question is, the coin is bullish. Is it at a support? Is the current price at a support? Then buy. If not, run away. Go to a lower time frame. Is the current price at a support? Vis-a-vis when the market is going down. When it's going down, let me see here, it forms a lower low. Then it comes this. You draw your lines. This is resistance. This is support. Where is the current price? Is it approaching resistance? Because if it is approaching support here, you are not sure. Give me a yes in the chat if I'm making points. You are not sure whether it will reach here and get supported or it will reach here and continue the downside. I don't know. Is the current price approaching resistance? Then buy. If no, run for your life. Simple. Am I simplifying your trading? Am I simplifying your trading? So now, coins are bullish. Coins are pumping. Coins are bullish. If a coin I don't know if I'm doing some work. Just a minute. I have taught so many things, but to me, this is one of the simplest ways anyone can trade. And we are going to go practical. We are going to go practical. Okay, wow, 360 million. You still need only 1 million. Can't those guys see me in person? 1 million to get my life better. They just give me one because 360 are many. Me, I don't need much. Just 1 million. I will not disturb them again. They can look for me on a personal basis, and they give me that 1 million. I go in peace. I go in peace. You know, we have challenges with people who come late to trainings, and for them, they know that you will be there singing for them all the time to repeat every training you do. But today, I'm just sending my calls. So I'm sorry for anyone who I will hurt today. I'm teaching a few things, then because there are many, then I close the training. So I'm sorry for anyone I will harm today. So if you don't understand, like I said, then start your journey next week afresh. I must be speaking from people that understand what I'm saying. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, then you are new to these trainings. Me, I don't have any help for you because I'm finalizing them. So look here, if the coin is pumping, even if it is pumping, it will always form a retracement. So always wait. If the coin is bearish, is it approaching resistance? Buy. If not, leave. If the market is bullish, is the price heading to support? Then buy. Because when it's heading to the support, you buy, it will go to resistance. Give me a yes in the chat. Just go to the lower time frame, because in the bigger time frame, you may not find the coin heading to support. Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. Then in a sideway market, which we have discussed, a sideway, you draw, you see the market is moving. It's not deciding. Do not trade in between here. Wait for a breakout. Wait for a breakout. If a coin breaks out, buy. I think I've simplified everything now. If it is now simple, give me one in the chat. If it's now simple, give me one in the chat. Then I do some few things, then I close. If it's now simple, give me one in the chat. Now, I know someone is asking, you can do this either by trading view or do this either by your royal queue. Let me go to my royal queue here very, very fast. I'm now finalizing, so I'm not doing much. Me, I'm just showing you a few things that I've not talked about before. Show them to you, then we call it a day. Then maybe playing with some indicators. That's all. There's nothing much I'm going to do. For example, I come here. I want to trade 1,000 sats and it is pumping. I have a question. This is in one day. If I want to stay in this coin for some time, is it at my area of support? Is it at my area of support? Because I believe people have been here, you can now understand. Is this coin at an area of support? No one has an answer. Is this coin at an area of support? Someone is typing resistance. Is this coin at an area of support? Because if someone is typing resistance, then you don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm not tough, but you see, when I've taught for months, if you don't know the right answer, because when you draw a line here, this is when you draw a line here, and you draw another line here. If you draw a line above from the current price, guys, if you don't know an answer, please, I request you on this last call, keep quiet, don't type. I beg. Don't type. Stay with your answer. Today, I beg, if you have been in these classes and now I'm finalizing and you don't understand, please, I beg you, keep quiet. I'm not attacking anyone, but if you have been here, but for all the classes you have attended, maybe you missed some and you don't understand, keep quiet. Stop typing for me your wrong answers in the chat. Keep quiet. Pretend as if you are not around. Don't participate. Today, I beg. If you missed out some classes and you don't understand what I'm saying, keep quiet. Stay with your answer in peace. I will not disturb you. I will not pray for you. Today, forgive me. Stay with your answer. Keep quiet. Stay with your answer. If you don't understand what I'm saying, stay with your answer. Today, stay with your answer. Okay. Now, when you look at this trade, basically, and someone wanted to draw a line at the top of the hill from the current price and the line at below, you can that consistently the market has been playing around this down area here. So it is at an area. This is in one day at an area of support. So when I enter this coin in the 1 day time frame, I'm confident that this coin will move from here, go up like this. Give me a yes in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. I'm confident there are less chances for this coin in the 1 day time frame to move from here and continue going down like this. So this is what I've been explaining. That even if I don't use trading view, but I come and I look at a chart like this, okay, where is this coin heading? It's heading to the moon. There are less chances that this coin will come down, although it is in 1 day. And when I look at it in 15 minutes, when I look at this coin at 15 minutes, now trading view will now play. Because if I want to trade this coin in 15 minutes, then my trading view will have to play a part, because if I'm drawing lines now, I need to draw them in a diagonal way, not in a straight way. I need to draw a line. And what am I waiting for? This to be my support line, because my horizontal lines will not be working now. And once the coin hits my support, then I will make an entry, because I expect it to continue, since it's on an uptrend, to continue tapping my line and moving in an upward direction. That's what I mean. Support and resistance could be drawn in a horizontal way, but still it could be drawn in a diagonal way. Now, when a coin is on an uptrend, before you trade, it has the coin come back to a support area. If not, do not get excited with its move to the upside. Look at SHIB. SHIB has been doing well. But I want to show you something that is common here in the 15 minutes. And you're going to see this very common when you are going to be trading, especially on an uptrend. You'll find that a coin will go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down. It will be a sequence. What I'm trying to say, has it touched my support area? Give me a 2 in the chat if it's now making sense. So I should not get excited when the coin is pumping. For me to chase the pump, I need to wait until the coin comes back to a support area, even if it is on an uptrend, for me to make an entry. Is it clear? Now let's go this side of trading view. Let's go to side of trading view to bring a better. Now this is 4-hour time frame. This is a 4-hour time frame. But because the coin is doing well, I'll look at it at the 15 minutes time frame. The coin is good, but for learning purposes, the trend is not very clear. The coin is good, but the trend is not very clear. But the coin is good. I'm looking for a better trend that could give, maybe I can still analyze it, but I want a coin that is trying to give a better. Okay, good. This gives a better insight. This is Floki. If I want to trade this coin, although it is pumping, Floki Inu is pumping. You see? This is 4 hours. The coin is pumping. This is 1 day. The coin is pumping. Okay, let me get this very clearly now. Okay, now if I want to trade this coin, let me take an example, this one. Okay, look here. I draw my line, bottom here. I draw my second line at the top here. If I want to trade this coin, this one specifically, and maybe plan to make my exit at this point in the past or at this point, because I'm just drawing them at areas of support and resistance, or at this point, I need to wait for breakout. So this is a breakout, but it is in 1 day. So I go to a lower time frame, let me say 4 hours, or I go to a lower time frame, let me say 1 hour, or I go to a lower time frame, let me say 15 minutes. And here there is a breakout and there is a confirmation. So since there is a breakout and a confirmation, Because the coin was on a sideway, I can now enter at current price and plan to exit 2/4 of the journey, and I will take 4%. Is that clear? Is that clear? I don't know if I'm now making sense. In a sideway market, you need to wait for a breakout. I don't know if I'm clear. I'm now making an earlier entry in a lower time frame. This is 15 minutes. It's 15 minutes. Because the coin was on a sideway market. Let me look for another one. Bonk. I told you the other time that when you are analyzing the market, you start from a bigger time frame, then you go to a lower time frame. You don't start from a lower time frame going to a bigger time frame. Give me a 3 in the chat if I'm clear. When you are analyzing a coin, you don't start from a smaller time frame going to a bigger time frame. You start from a bigger time frame going to a lower time frame. And when you are analyzing the market, you need to look at a bigger picture of the coin you are analyzing. So if I want to analyze, I need to see very well this coin, how it has been performing in the past. This gives me a better insight of my analysis. Am I making sense? So once I'm here, I can now see very well. So I draw my line, current price, lower price. I draw my line. It is planning to make a breakthrough here. When there is liquidity in the market, meme coins will always run faster. Why? Because people want somewhere where they can multiply their money. People treat meme coins as gambling. So you're going to see if the liquidity is around, one of the areas that will run well, meme coins. When I talk about meme coins, let me mention a few for you, because some of you forget very fast. The following are meme coins. Number one, let me start with Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin, 1,000 sat meme coin is a meme coin on the Bitcoin blockchain. Two, Redo. Huh? Is it Redo? Then the other name is disturbing me, but there is a coin here I'm forgetting. But let me take this. I think if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure about the second one. There is another one called Meme. I think if I'm not mistaken, it is also on the Bitcoin blockchain. Now you go to other blockchain, Ethereum. Ethereum has so many meme coins. So many meme coins. Some examples. Let me see if people follow. Floki Inu is on Ethereum. PayPay is on Ethereum. Which other one? Which other one? I'm forgetting. You know, sometimes I let me just move on. Solana. On Solana, we have Bonk. Bonk is on the Solana blockchain. So meme coins. So we have Solana, you'll see Solana, things to do, Shiba Inu. For me, I still treat Shiba as a meme. Shiba Inu, Wafi Hat Dog, Shiba could be, I don't know whether they developed their own blockchain. But Wafi Hat Dog is also on Solana. WIF, it's on Solana. So meme coins, if people are bringing in liquidity, you'll see the meme coins will move faster. Okay, so if you are analyzing, look more at meme coins before you jump on these other blockchains. So if it is Bitcoin, if I'm going to trade, instead of me trading Bitcoin, I will trade 1,000 sats. Because if Bitcoin goes up by 5%, 1,000 sats will be up by 25%. Am I making sense to someone? If I'm going to trade Solana, if Solana goes up by 5%, Bonk might go up by 50%. Am I making sense to someone? Yes, in the chat. As a good trader, you must be able to understand how different blockchains work together. So once there is an improvement in Bitcoin, you must be able to understand that 1,000 sats will outperform Bitcoin, one, because of its price. It looks cheaper, it looks affordable, not for bigger traders, but for retailers, people who are chasing money from the market. Are we following? Are we following? I don't know whether I'm killing time here. Are we following? I don't know if I'm killing time here or the people are following. Mm. Okay, I hope I'm back now. Sorry for that network glitch. If you can be able to now see my screen again, give me one in the chat. If you can be able to see my screen again, see my screen again, give me one in the chat. Okay, thank you guys. All right, so let's get back here. Now, meme coins will always because many people uh, they love many people who come into trading. Most of them come in here because they want to gamble. They want to multiply their money very fast, and they are not people who are ready to stay in markets for long. So expect meme coins. Like you see, there are many. I cannot finish them. Like this one I've opened is Flocky in. So if I want to trade Flocky in, okay. So you press. This is in one day. This is what we have done recently. That was Flocky. Let me look for Bong. So Flocky Inu has the potential of giving someone a 4%. So this is Bong. Just move away from one day, having drawn your lines, and then come maybe in 30 minutes. Okay. And then come in 30 minutes and see if the coin is consolidating or 1 hour or 4 hours, depending on your choice. Then just remain calm and patient with your trade. Now, we have looked at indicators, and I would personally advise anyone who wants to trade never to trade without indicators. So, first and foremost, my first indicator in any trade before I pick any coin to trade, my first one, I will start with smart money. I always make sure that before I trade, the smart money concept is in my chart. That one I'll never make a mistake because it will help me to know how big traders are planning to come in the market and how this coin so far is behaving. So I'll press in my smart money indicator to help me know where this coin is before I make a decision. Okay, but even if I press in the smart money indicator, I can still make personal decisions as long as I could be patient with my trade. And to me, that is also very, very important. So the right time to trade this coin bonk was here because it was at an area where I was ready to come in. But still, if someone wants to ride with the coin, we'll still ride with the coin. But if I find one coin gone, I still look for another coin because coins are many. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone because coins are many. So don't die on one coin. You make a statement and say, me, I want to trade that coin. For example, this coin here is approaching a strong low in the 4 hour time frame. You see? And we have looked at things like double bottoms. You see what happened here is where the coin is. And this is a strong low. So this coin has more potential, yes, of coming down a little bit. But when it changes this direction to the upside, then it has potential of giving more money. So instead of me maybe chasing a coin that is already pumping, I could look for a coin that is already down at a given point and still make my entry. Like I've discussed with you in our previous calls that if you want to pick up a coin, is the coin approaching a support area? If yes, then plan to make an what? An entry. Is it approaching a support area? Because this coin now is on an uptrend. Let me look for a lower time frame, maybe 15 minutes, and you can basically see. Yes, it is on an uptrend in a bigger time frame, but when you come here in a lower time frame, you see the coin is basically trying to approach an area of support in the lower time frame. But still, this coin has a potential to continue to the downside. So that's why when you are trading, you can make sure you have margin calls. So I will apply this indicator and I see how it looks like. If it doesn't give me what I want, then I remove it. It's not a big deal. I remove the indicator. But still, although these indicators are good, I'll still bring in other indicators like the MACD The moving average convergence divergence indicator meets one of my main indicators, and I love it so much as a person. I always make sure that MACD is one of the indicators that appear in every chart I trade. Why? Because it gives me to know where this coin is currently. Is it planning to continue the downside, or it is planning to move up? The other indicator that I still play with, it could be the RSI itself or the stochastic RSI itself. So I put up, this is the RSI. It helps me to know where this coin is currently. Is it flopping down to the downside, or it's still moving up? So if this one doesn't work with me and I don't get a clear picture, then I'll still go back and bring in the stochastic RSI. We have looked at all these two. Now, even if I wanted to trade, then I bring in the stochastic RSI here. Would you pick this coin? Answers in the chat. When you bring in the stochastic RSI like it's appearing in this coin, would you still pick this coin? Some answers in the chat. You wanted to trade. Yes, the coin looks good. Would you still pick the coin? Versa V, even if I go in for the coin that is pumping, you see, do you get the difference now? Because this is where now people get a lot of confusion. Are you seeing the difference? The coin is pumping because these aggregators that look at these trades, they look at them at the 24-hour performance. Do you get the difference? I want to trade. Yes, the stochastic RSI is here. But do you see what the MACD is saying? That's where now the difference coming. More than one indicator. Now, this is where now I need to discuss indicators. You need to make sure that even when you're applying indicators, at least indicators must be speaking the same language. Change to which one? So on my chart, RSI is key, and also the MACD is key. So if I wanted to trade this coin, the right time to pick this coin was when I would come in. This is 15 minutes. This was the right time. Let me bring a vertical line. You see, this was the right time around here. The crossover was here of the stochastic RSI, and that was the best right time. But when you change it to the 4-hour time frame, the results might be different. The results might be different. So always sometimes you needed to look from a bigger time frame heading to lower time frame. So the results might be different. Like I said, I'm finalizing. I'm just showing you so many stuffs. But these two indicators, to me, they are very good. The MACD and the stochastic RSI. So once you have these ones at the bottom of your chart, you can always have them and remove them if you don't have a paid version. But also, Versa V, you need some indicators in your chart. If you're not good at drawing support and resistance, especially if you want to trade a pumping coin, then pivot point standards are very good. These ones are very, very good, especially if you want to trade a pumping coin. You can check a coin either in 5 minutes, you can check a coin either in 3 minutes, you can even check a coin in 1 minute. Because if you are good at doing your analysis, like here, you are good in 1 minute and you are fast, you could enter at this point, you could enter at this point and then get out at this point. Let me first remove this one. If you are good, you have already put in your settings, you enter here, get out here. Then you wait for the breakout, never exceed resistance 3. It's also a trading strategy. It's also a simple trading strategy. This is in 1 minute. minute. I'm in 1 minute time frame. If you are good and fast, you can always use it. Use these pivot points to trade. If you're not good and fast, then ignore. Because once the coin is consolidating in a certain area, like I don't know which one is this. This is resistance 2. I can enter this coin in 1 minute. This is resistance 2. The coin is consolidating in this area and I want it to get out from here. I make sure that I apply either the MACD down below, the moving average convergence divergence indicator to give me where the market is. Let me widen it. Give me where the market is, and it has made a crossover down here. Then maybe I remove it. Then I apply the RSI or the stochastic RSI, any of the two that works familiar with me. Now, this is already up here, meaning it is into a danger area. But since this is very fast, this is very fast, it's a 14 RSI, I could bring in the other RSI and still see where is it, the relative strength index. Because this is 1 minute. Basically, this coin is into an area of danger. But some people are very solid. They can still be able to trade depending on the experience in trading. Because basically, let me show you something also. Just to add on the main I've talked about, I can draw a horizontal line at this point. And I also draw a horizontal line at this point. And I can see that the stochastic RSI has made a breakout. Although it is heading to this area, and this is 70. In here, this is 70. There is some more move of the RSI to the upside. I can still pump up this coin and take a faster 2% or a 1.5. Why? Because I can basically see, now this is where now common sense comes into play. I can basically see that the coin has been consolidating in this area for a very long time. So this line is a very good support and resistance too. This coin has power to go up here at resistance 3. But if I feel like it's not okay, then I go in for another coin. Because this is not, I go in for another coin and I keep on applying different indicators to make sure that I find one that resonates with me. So if a coin is pumping, pivot point standards are very good for a pumping coin, but never exceed resistance 3. Because when you exceed there, sometimes you are putting your trades in danger. Though I don't like this coin. So you can always find good trades with pivot points, especially when the markets are pumping. When the coins are doing well, markets are pumping, you can always find an entry using those specific pivot points. And you can always get in. Yes, you wait until maybe here you are in 1 minute. You are a faster trader. Power slow, go in for a bigger time frame. Go in for a bigger time frame. Go in for 15 minutes. Go in for 4 hours and be patient with your trades. And always use either the stochastic RSI or the RSI itself to help you know the direction of a particular trade that you want to pick. Apart from pivot point standards as an indicator, so combination. You have a paid version, then you can apply pivot point standards with moving averages. They will always give you a perfect entry in the market. We have looked at moving averages. Moving averages. There is an indicator. Let me see if it is here. I don't know if this indicator is here. Sure, I'm not seeing it, but I don't remember its name. Is this one? Hmm? Just a minute. No, it's not. But you can apply moving averages. You put in your moving averages in the chart. For example, you put in your moving average. Moving average is exponential 1, 2. Because it's not a paid version, it cannot exceed the 2. So you bring in your moving averages. They help you to know which trend of the market the coin is. For example, if you can use 20 and 200, that is some of the common ones I love. Okay, those are some of the common ones I love. They are very solid. Now this coin is on an uptrend. Let me change the color. That is a 200 moving average. This one is a 200 moving average. And this one is a 20 moving average. Now, this is in 4-hour time frame. The coin is on an uptrend. Now, if you want to apply now, this is where now someone gets into business. The coin is on an uptrend. I have known that. Coins are forming above a 200 moving average. The best time was here at the crossover. So if I want to enter this coin, if I'm not having a paid version, now I know the coin is on an uptrend. Now I apply pivot points to give me entries and exits in the market. Is at resistance 1. I need to wait for it. So if I apply pivot points, remember what we say? You can simplify your task by removing the indicator and still bringing the indicator back. So I draw, that is resistance 1. That is resistance 2. That is resistance 3. This is support. I'll change the color to blue. Support 1. Support 2. If you're not good at drawing, support 3. That's enough. Then this one, pivot. Pivot, pivot, this pivot. I'll give it a red color because of time. Okay. Then having drawn my lines, I remove the indicator. I draw my lines, I remove the indicator. Then I bring back the moving averages. 1, 2. I change this from 9 to 20. This is one of the best moving averages. Exponential moving averages. Then I change the color. I leave it to blue. It's fine. Make it thick. Then I come to this one. Settings. I change to this. Make it thick. Come to the style. It's a 9. I turn it to 200. Okay. I turn this to an exponential moving average. Good. Beautiful. Now this is in 4 hours. If I want to make an earlier entry, I go to lower time frame, 30 minutes. The coin is still good if I can be patient. If I want to stay in longer, I increase the time frame, maybe 1 day. Then I stay. This was the best time at the crossover here to make an entry. But the candles are still consolidating here. So the coin is still very fine if I want to stay in long. If this does not bring out my insight of need, I change this, the 55 moving average. Then I change this one to a 13 moving up, a 13 or an 8 using Fibonacci numbers. The difference will always be small. And these moving averages, you have them in your royal cube. These pivot points, you have them in your royal cube. So this is a non-paid version. If this doesn't work for me, you know, me, I've teach you many, find what works for you. Then maybe I bring in the Bollinger Band. I bring in the Bollinger Bands. These ones are simple to use. You wait for the market to drop at the lower line. You make your entry at the lower line, you get out at the middle line. This is very simple. At the middle line becomes your take profit. The middle line is your support. This is support. The middle line is resistance. And you could have taken a 12%. I put in the pivot points. I understand this is support. This is support one. I have told you if a coin is on an uptrend, strategy number one, is it approaching support? If yes, plan to make an entry. Plan to make an entry. So I can apply Bollinger Bands. And Bollinger Bands are simple to use. Let me pick up this coin. Let me change it to these ones that are pumping once again. So the same principle. Now here the approach is different. The other time you were looking for this lower line below. I'm just finalizing, no need to worry. The other time you were looking for the lower line below, the lower line below. Now this time round, once it breaks the middle line, you enter from here, you plan to get out from here. You can apply Bollinger Bands. It breaks the line, you enter from here, you plan to get out from the upper line. Bollinger Bands are not giving you your right insight as a trader, you who is trading. Then change. Come and put up another indicator. The auto Fibonacci. If you're not good at drawing the manual Fib. But me, I would recommend anybody who wants to have successful trading results to apply the manual Fibonacci because it's better. For example, here, the coin was moving from the up down. You draw your lines from the highest price to the lowest price. Once it hits your zero line here, you plan to make your entry to 38.2 or 50%, and you always make profit. For example, if the coin is moving from up coming down, just bring your Fibonacci manual one that we discussed. I know these things might be hard for the new students, but they're very easy for the old students. Come up here. From the upper to the lowest point. If the coin is making moves to the downside, simple as that, then plan to make your entry. If you enter from here, plan to make your exit at 38.2%. Vis-a-vis, what about a coin on an uptrend? There's no reason of getting worried. You don't quarrel with the coin. If you want to continue with it and you see the coin is going up, simple, from the lowest point to the highest point, Fibo extension to the lowest point. Our first exit was here at 100%. If the coin is going up, find the lowest point, the highest point, and the next lowest point. 3 points on a Fibonacci. And this was our take profit. Let me pick a coin that has not hit it. I want to trade. And maybe this coin is pumping. Simple. Bring the Fibo extension. We move. Find 3 points. Lowest point, highest point, lowest point. I want to trade this coin. Let me remove this one. I want to trade this coin. You see, I'm in one day. it always get out at areas of resistance. So I enter this coin, I remain patient with myself. From here, I'll take a 16%. I just need to be patient on this trade, just being patient. But this is one day. Let's look at it in 4 hour time frame. If there is a coin you want to trade and stay in for long, that's the trading strategy. Let me pick another coin. This is cake, pancake swap. I want to trade this coin. And this is 4 hour time frame. Let me reduce so that I could see. 3 points of approach. From the lowest point, I go with this to the highest point, to a retracement to the lowest point. And I can be confident if I have fear. But I want to trade this coin. I just go with current price and get out at 78 if I have fear. But solid person like me, I will get out at 100. Am I making sense to someone now? I want to continue with the coin as it is moving, maximum 100%. If you exceed that, it might be tears of regret. Is this hard? Even if I want to come in 1 minute, if I've learned now, I can still look at entries and exit in a trade, but I don't recommend that time frame. You never find me talk about it. You never find me. I start with a minimum of 15. But have I made sense to someone? There is a coin is pumping. You want to continue with the coin. Find the lowest point, a highest, a lowest point, a highest point, a retracement. Continue with your coin. And you not have issues. Even if it is in 15 minutes. I want to see how far I can go with this coin. Okay. It depends on where you start from. So if I started from this lowest point, then was my highest point. This was my retracement. If I had entered from here, this is 15 minutes. I had entered from here and I planned it to take 100% of the journey. This could be 9%. And if you remember the principle of 2/3 of the journey of the movement, you take around here, you're already out with your 7%. This is 15 minutes. It applies anywhere. I don't know if I've made some sense today, but you say I don't want to teach. We already late. We are 9 a.m. This coin is here. And this is 15 minutes. Now, you want to trade. Come draw your lines. Look at the coin, say, okay, this is my support. Okay. Draw your lines. This is my resistance. If you're not good at drawing lines, come and apply pivot points. Make sure place smart. This is at an area of support. Going to pivot. As simple as that. But make sure you trade with margin calls. Thank you so much for today. It was just trying to do cassava kanyama mixture to try to remind you that there's so many things we have looked at. Find what works for you. What works for me may not be working for you, but the learning is in the practice. If you don't practice, you don't find what works for you. Okay? If all what I've taught doesn't work for you, then go and use indicators in Royal Q. I have nothing to add for today, but I hope you have been able to benefit something. I wish you the best in your trading. I will do some videos this coming weekend and post them on the YouTube channel for us together to show you